On the screen, we have a picture of a happy battery, 100% full, 5,300 milliamp hours. I never see that on my own phone. I'm always running out of battery. What is the state of battery technology today?
Well, for 2015, if you're expecting a Moore's Law type breakthrough with 20–30% increments in performance, I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed. So at most this year, for the same size battery, you might get 5% more power out of it.
So what makes a better battery?
It all depends on the device. So for smartphones, the current best technology is lithium-ion polymer, and it's best for a variety of reasons. So one of them, for example, is it's very flexible, so you can create a battery in any shape you want to, and that works very well because a smartphone is really compact and you're trying to get every little bit of space utilized in it because people want thin, compact phones. Now if you look back at, say, motor cars, we're still using lead-acid batteries which were invented over 100 years ago. Those are fit for purpose there. For smartphones, it's lithium-ion.
And I'm sure there's lots of other factors like, cost, number of recharge cycles, safety. I mean, we worry about sometimes lithium-ion bursting into flames. But lithium-ion is just one technology. And okay, lithium-ion in smartphones, it's only getting 5% better. But I keep reading about all these new technologies. What's going on with them?
Yeah, so one of the most promising technologies, which we think will become mainstream in the long term, so 20, 30 years or so, is graphene. So you could create a graphene battery right now. The major drawback, however, is cost. At $100 per gram and 15 grams required per battery, the battery would be multiples of the cost of even the most expensive smartphone out there in the market. Now you compare that to lithium carbonate, which goes into the current batteries, the component cost is about 2 cents.
But we have bigger phones. I mean, phablets are a bigger part. Doesn't a bigger phone mean bigger battery?
Yeah, that's very much the case. And generally, lots of people, hundreds of millions of people, this year at least will buy a bigger phone. They'll have bigger screens, which will use up more power, but the increase in battery capacity will be greater than the additional draw from the display. So overall, we're gaining more capacity from having bigger batteries.
But I guess one of the problems is it's sort of like getting a bigger hard drive on your computer. More capacity doesn't necessarily translate into better real-world experience. What are we seeing with real behavior with these batteries?
Well, there's some elements within the overall phone which are improving too. So, for example, the processors are getting more efficient, the connectivity is getting faster. And just to explain how that works, so for example, if you're looking to send a photograph which is 1 megabyte, if you're using 4G, which goes faster, you're using the processor for half the time as you would be doing using a 3G phone. So you can send larger photos for half the battery power. So you can make that battery stretch further with new technology.
Well, that makes sense. One of the things I have heard, though, is that there's, even on 4G networks, where spectrum is scarce, downtown and in the city core, you might actually see a drop-off in your battery life because you're constantly fighting with other people for that signal, constantly pinging the towers, and that uses up some of the battery life that you otherwise would have gained through larger form factors.
Yeah, I mean, it is complex as to exactly how long your battery will last. There are lots and lots of factors. And one thing which we have to recognise is that battery technology has got better, they have got bigger, but our appetite for using those batteries has got equally bigger. So we end up with our batteries lasting a day, with them decaying over time, and we end up frustrated with batteries, but it's just because we like our phone so much. So it's a good thing that we drain our batteries so quickly.